Video on's fine.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. We're happy to be here. We're a couple minutes late. Sorry about that. We're trying to figure out Jim's headset was not working. Not sure if
a little technical snag this morning, but
and we had to go get coffee because there's just no sense in doing something this early when there's no coffee to drink, and
we have to be coherent enough that people will understand us.
Yeah. So Jim, when we woke up this morning, he's like, now don't forget, it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast.
Trying to psych ourselves into waking up.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So welcome everybody. We're good. We have our video on today. We're live at the NAIDA convention and expo, and they were gracious enough to get support staff at the MGM to open up the rooms this morning so that we could get set up, because we've got a secondary live broadcast that's going to be happening at 9:45 Pacific, which would be 12:45 Eastern. Yeah.
So we've got folks are going to be tuning in because we've been kind of teasing this announcement that we wanted to share this week. And part of this is timing. We didn't really necessarily intend for it to fall in conjunction with our timing of being at NIADA, but it just we've got some ducks lined up, and we're ready to share something that is something that we feel like will be of benefit to the entire industry. And I'm one of those who I tend to not trust people who beat around the bush, so I'm just going to jump right in there.
I was like, "Can we do a soft opening?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah, no, we need to let folks know we've been teasing about this, and we want to share with everyone that Michelle and I have been contemplating for some time. How do we have the impact that we know we can have from our little perch in this segment? And how can we do some good across the entire industry and leave it better than we found it? And our answer is what we're calling BHPH Nation. Okay, so we're announcing a platform of sorts. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes plus explaining to you what the BHPH Nation is all about. But if you think about trying to bring everything together in one place for the benefit of dealers in particular, then that's going to really what you're going to hear about what the BHPH Nation is. So.
Yeah. Jim and I, especially since I stepped in and we started building something, and I think a lot of you have sat back and watched what we've been doing, and it's all been on one specific road, and all the different pieces have been part of that road. And in the last year or so, we've been building different things to be able to help leave the industry better than we found it. And that's and helping dealers. It's because it's all about how can we. The best way we felt that we could help the industry was to help dealers get the education that they needed.
And all
the other stuff.
Yeah, there's just a ton of stuff. So, I think the main thing that we can expect to see is we're creating a platform basically where dealers can find all the stuff in one place. So whether that's providers, it's going to be education. So we want to make sure there is nothing that you're going to hear from us this morning or anything about the BHPH Nation going forward that should sound like we're a threat to anyone. In fact, it's quite the contrary. We are going to be inviting anybody and everybody to join us on the BHPH Nation. And that just means, let's start with providers. Let's say, you've got GPS providers, you got DMS providers, you got capital
providers,
people,
you've got educators, you've got consultants, you've got all of the people, all the things. And we one of the things that we really strongly believe is that by helping each other, everybody wins.
Right.
And that includes the dealers, that includes the vendors, that includes the state and the national organizations, that includes absolutely everybody. And that's one of the reasons why we were thinking that doing doing this morning at the convention kind of made sense, because it's like, we're here to say, we're here to help. We're here to give. And one of the big pieces that we're here on the morning show and at conferences, and our big part of this that we're going to be giving. Many of you saw at NABD that we launched the Buy Here Pay Here Institute with the intent of having a platform that would be low entry point, so people can get in and they can learn, and we've accomplished that. It's been really beautiful that we've had people reaching out to us that aren't attached to anything, and they're saying, hey, we want to learn more, and so we're able to help them along that road. And we thought the things that we teach in the dealer track and the things that we teach here, we want everybody to have. And we don't want it to be something that's difficult for anyone to get to. And so the nation, well, it's BHPH Nation, but it's the nation.
Right.
The nation will, we're going to be offering inside the nation any piece of education that we have recorded that we could deliver to a room of 100 people or more. So it's not stuff that gets dials down into your specific dealer. We're going to be offering that within the nation for no cost, because we recognize that those aren't the pieces that people really need us for.
Right.
The parts that they need us for are to help them figure out what are the things I need to learn.
Sure.
Or now that I've learned the stuff, how do I implement this? How do I, can you help me? Can you coach me through? And so, we have all of those offerings, and those are things that, that people are going to probably thinking, why would they give something away because that's not what we're here to make money on. That's not how we make our living.
Yeah.
We want everyone to know the stuff and be able to move forward with the education that they need.
Yeah. And Michelle and I have been, explaining for some time that we no longer bill ourselves as consultants. We're really a coaching and implementation company, and we have a limited bandwidth at present. We're working to grow that. I think the main thing that we would have everybody understand, by the way, we got Tommy Brandis standing by in Pennsylvania. He's going to join us at some point.
He's got something scary.
Yeah, he's got something to share, so we're going to bring him into the conversation here at some point. We just wanted to have a chance to share with everyone what this BHPH Nation is all about. And I think as much as anything, we wanted you to have confidence in what it is that Jim and Michelle bring as, we bill ourselves as agnostic. And I want to explain, we've mentioned that word before. We talk about being Switzerland. There are lots of ways that we can explain that. We're just really asking you, do you trust us enough as representatives of dealers to be willing to support us in going out and creating something that is better for dealers and can benefit the industry providers as well in a different way. And it's probably worth mentioning out there, there will be no gold sponsors. There will be no vendor sponsors. There will be no financial support from that side in this undertaking, because that's one of the things we feel like is important for us. We want to make sure dealers have no question that, we represent the dealers in this space, not the vendors. We have great relationship with vendors. We understand
we are
that
a vendor
dealers,
in a way.
Yeah.
So,
and we understand that dealers need vendors and need support. So what we're basically saying is we hope that you have enough confidence in us at this point to believe in our purpose behind this, understand the real motivation for us creating this, and recognize that this is not anything financial for us. This is about bringing a solution to a dealer. Because think about, if you're a dealer and you're shopping for a DMS, you're a small new dealer in Kentucky and you're trying to find software.
You don't know any of the things.
You don't know the stuff. I always jokingly say about some of our early stage launch clients, like they don't even know what questions to ask yet. And so we're creating basically what will be a search engine for Buy Here, Pay Here.
And like a white pages as well in the nation, where no one's going to be getting top billing. It's going to be alphabetical. And regardless of whether or not everyone who has a website, we're putting it in there.
Right.
So it's going to be free advertising. Everybody
sure
that has a website
Yeah.
or contact information that we know of are going to be put in there.
And by the way, this listing is not something that you need to reach out to us, and you need to, if we're not aware of you as a provider, then we're happy to hear from you and make sure you get listed. But otherwise, if you're a 20 group provider, if you're NIADA, you don't need to reach out to us and ask to be listed. You're going to be there. If we're aware of you, you're going to be listed. If you're dealer performance group and those folks, you're going to be listed there as among the providers for 20 groups. So the idea is that, it's kind of like Michelle and I have kind of talked about. This is sort of shopping mall meets Walmart meets white pages. Like if you think about just everything that you could try to find for a buy here, pay here dealer, and education is going to be part of that. And that includes, by the way, paid education. We will make sure that the providers for paid education, whether it's boot camps or whatever, we're going to have those listed there. Also, all the podcasts and all the industry publications, we're going to have them listed there.
Yeah, so, independent dealers.
Right. We're just basically trying to bring all those folks together.
And, knowing that it's been an interesting journey since I started on this, that as we'd get talking to different vendors as we'd go through some of the expo halls from this, and they're like, there's no way that we're going to touch the brand new people and teach them the fundamentals. That it was something that was not exactly palatable for a lot of people. So, we're going to put out there the fundamentals, but there's a lot of people that may not want to dive into something that they can get online and take the course. They'd rather do something where they are there for 3 days and get something really intensive, learn all the stuff. There's lots of great offerings out there like that people can choose to use. What we've kind of always had our approach is that there should always be a do-it-yourself. Then there's a do it with us, and then there's a that we do it for you kind of approach. We really lean heavily on the do it with us side of it, but so this is our way of being able to give all the dealers the ability to do it yourself. Here's the stuff. And one of the other things that we've been looking at is we're going to be working really hard on getting our SEO and all of those keywords and things to drive people here, because there are how many dealers are there in this nation?
It's the last numbers I've heard were 20 to 22,000 buy here, pay here alone. It's supposed to be another 20,000, independent retail. I'm sure that number gets polluted and people move in and out.
Then we ask how many dealers out there are part of a state or national, the NIADA, and it's a fraction. And there's a lot of dealers out there that either haven't chosen or don't know. And so we're also, the purpose of this is to get the word out about all of the things and where you can go and how you can get the help that you need and do it yourself, or find someone that can help you do it.
So in the coming weeks and months, you're going to hear us reaching out to everyone and inviting, everyone to come join this platform. Again, we don't need a listing. Brent Carmichael with NCM, you're going to be listed there as a 20 group provider and trainer. So you don't need to reach out. If we know you and your offerings, your services
reach out if you
listed,
don't want us to put you in there, but we're just going to put you in there.
But if you're out there in the public domain, if you have a website already and you're publishing that you offer those services, then we're going to list them at the Institute. We recognize we don't need your permission if it's listed in the public domain. So we're just simply going to create a platform where dealers can find all the stuff, and we have no intention of excluding anyone. We do intend to implement a rating system where our members in the nation can rate the providers
within the next year or so.
Yeah, so that they can begin to create that. So just understand that's the direction that we're going, and we feel like this will be good for dealers, where you can hop on BHPHNation.com and you will find virtually everything that you could expect and need.
Yeah, we bought that URL a while ago with the intent of this is what we're going to do. So it's BHPHNation.com. The front page is already up. If you're interested in joining us, just go ahead and enter your contact information, and we'll let you know as soon as we're opening up the rest of the website, because we just right now have the front page on there. Just so you know, though, there will be a nominal subscription fee, because we got to be able to cover. This is going to require us to hire people to help maintain everything.
Sure.
And so it's what we've decided is $9 a month, super nominal. And
you won't pay that yet. I mean,
you won't
if
pay
you
that
visit
yet.
the,
No,
if you visit
not,
the site today,
not
all
until
you're
we
going
get
to
it
do is
started. So
offer your
also
email.
for any of you that are already in the Buy Here, Pay Here Institute in the dealer track, as soon as we go live with this, that your subscription will go down to that $9.
So
Because right now they're paying $29.
Right. We have early adopters, and we're grateful for those
Yes.
people who have come in and participated in the BHPH Institute, given us excellent feedback. And so we'll be converting those memberships over there into the BHPH Nation, where they will have the Institute and a whole lot more. So we're excited to be able to bring those folks over and as a way to thank them again for doing that part. But the idea is to make all this education available in one place. And so all the state associations, all the national the National Association will be listed there, and we're happy to be. We think when everybody recognizes that we really do have kind of a legacy intention here, that we really do want to be able to leave the industry better than we found it, then we hope that once people recognize that and they believe that we're not coming at this as any kind of a threat, anything that we do, we feel like should be good for vendors and dealers. We
are a complement to anything out there, what it is we're trying to do.
Which means when people get comfortable with that and they accept that that's really where we're coming from, then we think people will get on board with what we're doing here and recognize that when we succeed at this, we're going to reach dealers that currently aren't plugged into any kind of training. They're not getting good education. They're not out there getting all the compliance stuff that we know they need. So we're just creating a place where they can find all the stuff. And like I say, that's what it's about.
And like we had mentioned, the other educators, because not everyone is going to appreciate our approach. I don't know why wouldn't they? Not everyone's going to appreciate our approach. And so, there's lots of other approaches out there and a lot of other ways of skinning a cat. I don't want to skin a cat, though.
Yeah.
It's too early.
I always say that's great for everybody but the cat.
But the cat.
But it's probably time to bring Tommy in.
Let's bring Tommy in. So, Tommy, you can break up all the fun here.
If he didn't fall asleep
Tommy,
on us.
Tommy,
I'm not asleep.
Disconnecting here.
Hello?
We're here, Tommy.
I'm here.
I wanna.
Are you there?
We're not hearing Tommy yet. He might have stepped away to fill his coffee cup.
He very well might.
As soon as he
so it could be interesting when he returns, not realizing he's on camera now. His camera. We got
yeah, he does. He does. He messaged us last night and said, "Hey, throw me an invite," because Tommy's got a standing invite to come and join us here. He's like, "Throw me an invite. I got something scary I want to talk about." And I'm like, "Dang."
Hey, Chris, I see that you asked us to. You can go to, and I should explain this. This is what will happen if you visit the BHPH Nation website right now, bhphnation.com. Super simple landing page. There's a learn more button there. When you click the learn more, you're going to just tell us whether you're a dealer, which we haven't even touched on. This is one of the nice things about.
That we haven't,
that's one of the beautiful things about what will also be happening in the nation. This will be a curated list, so you will. We will make sure that, and we will be verifying. We will authenticating that a dealer principal is a dealer principal,
or
for
a
example.
team member, or a vendor, or whatever.
So now you're going to have these curated lists, and so now when you're in a group amongst dealers, you can discuss pay plans freely, for example.
Because there will be community in there too. Sorry, guys. That's Tommy. We can't hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Wait, is that on our end?
Do we? No, we should have him. He should be available.
I'm here.
Oh, no, there you are. I hear you.
I hear you.
Hi, Tommy. Hi.
Good morning from the East Coast.
How are you?
Oh, I'm probably better than most of you people running around Vegas, irresponsible.
Starbucks. I had to go out to the lobby. It's like a mile. Gosh.
Yeah, MGM is insane.
It is insane. It's big, but
looks like everybody's having fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, and it's we've had quite a few people log in to listen to us this morning. So maybe they're all on the East Coast. Who knows?
Yeah, East Coast people get up there.
It looks like excellent attendance here, Tommy. Lots of dealers. We're told that the exhibit hall is full. And it looks, it was
apparently it was us that couldn't hear Tommy, because Bill's like, I can hear Tommy.
Oh, okay. We had the wrong lever.
It's this whole board thing. I think that's what it was.
Still learning.
I'm still learning. Yes. So what do you got for us?
Nothing. I just want to comment on the nation and say that I think it's an awesome idea. I know we've been discussing
Thank
it for a
you.
while together, and I think it's the perfect type of segue to use the Buy Here Pay Here success platform, which is really a no pitch zone. You know, where people can go and search for vendors. So that's one of the greatest things about the industry today is there's so much out there, you know, in comparison to when we started, you know. So it's a perfect place where vendors can, where everybody's going to be, you know, on that page. And instead of a dealer, I mean, a dealer can still come here and obviously go, what GPS do you like? And obviously within 15 comments, you're going to find out which one is, you know, the best and which one is the worst. But then they can also go right to the nation and look at every GPS vendor that's ever been made, or every training. I mean, it's unlimited. It's going to be so awesome for every dealer. Every dealer will get something out of it, you know, whether you're a startup or you know, an old timer. You know, I think it's great. So I congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Tommy. You've been really gracious to let us broadcast live on the morning show on the success group, and it's a good group, and it's growing too.
Yeah, I'm clicking more approves every day.
That's nice. That's great. Well, we need them to come around. I think, as you know, one of the challenges anytime you get people together in a setting like that is, I touched on it. I don't know if you were already plugged in, but basically that, you know, one of the challenges on something like your Facebook group is that somebody chimes in and starts talking about pay plans. How do you pay your collectors? Well, what if that's a collector that's asking the question?
Right.
You know, it's like, it's a little tricky because we can obviously make things difficult for a dealer by, you know, introducing pay plans publicly, you know, and now we've got a collector coming back and saying, hey, somebody in Kentucky is getting paid a lot more than I'm getting paid. So that's one of the things we look forward to about the nation is being able to kind of curate that and let dealers get into groups where we know we've only got dealers in certain chat groups or whatever. So it'll be a fun thing and an opportunity, I think, as we move into that. But yeah, we're grateful for your contributions to the thought process there, and we're excited to get it out there. I wanted to make sure that people know that Michelle and I are totally committed. This is absolutely where we see that we belong. And so we're totally committed to carry this thing, you know, all the way to the finish line. So,
one of the other things that we have, we will be adding to the nation, and we talked to Russell about this, and we've also talked to Tommy about this, is a group of mentors where people can tap into actually someone who's been in the industry for a really long time, and that they can tap into them as someone that can help them, that's been around the block a few times and had their successes and had their struggles, and to be able to learn from those as well. So it's we think it'll be a really great opportunity for people like Tommy to be able to share the things that they've learned.
Yeah. So I would also say that, you know, anybody else that has a desire to mentor, we have, you know, an ability to deliver coaching packages through our Institute platform. And so that will be the way, Tommy, that we'll be able to, when you're ready to start offering, you know, mentorship and coaching, we're going to happily plug you in, and others who can contribute. You know, it was talked about one time about scaling coaching. Like we're in the coaching business, and how do you scale coaching? Well, one thing you do is create a platform, bring all the coaches together.
In.
We don't have to make money on every coach. It's like you bring all the coaches together. And
exactly. It's so funny, Tommy. And I think we talked about this. It's like we keep saying we're going to do this, and it's like, it can't be done. We're going to do this. It can't be done. How do you do this? It's like, don't tell us things like that, because we're just going to make something that doesn't.
There's a chance we did that last Tuesday. We're enjoying this. This is really, like I say, for us, it's a lot about our purpose and why. It's kind of this whole thing, Tommy, that we talked about with the legacy. We really feel strongly that we want to make sure we leave the industry better than we found it. And this is one way that we feel like we can do that, is create. And you know, that Michelle and I also have a real passion for making sure that the consumer is treated well. And, that's a track that's what our White Hat Way is about. This is White Hat Wednesday, by
It
the
is
way.
White Hat
So-
Wednesday.
so-
We're doing the good guy thing today. Is that
Yeah.
what that's about?
Well,
Okay.
we're always doing the good guy thing. So, yeah. So, right. So we're basically, the idea, Tommy, is that we want to make sure that we create an environment where dealers can learn. If they want to adopt the White Hat way, the good guy approach to this business, then we know that consumers can be impacted positively in that regard too, just like you and the way you treated your customers over your 30 years in business.
And vendors can too, as vendors see that this is the way we want to be approached, and this resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah.
This helping people. That at the end of the day, it's how can we help our customers be successful.
Yeah. So it's really, again, it's just about having a platform where people can find all the stuff.
Yeah, and there'll be more coming. We'll be at TIADA as well, and so there's a good chance that there'll be an awful lot more that will be revealed and or turned on or whatever before that.
Right.
So
So like I said, I think it's awesome. I think it's a great step. I struggle with trying to keep buy here, pay here success a no pitch zone.
Sure.
But so many vendors, like yourself, other guys out there have so much knowledge about the industry that they don't necessarily need to pitch their product. They need to come on and just talk about the industry and how to help the industry and how to help the dealers.
Right.
And then the nation will now, hey, I like what Buckeye Brett had to say, or I like what Terry McCauley had to say, or I like what Bill Elizondo had to say, or whatever. And then they can go to the nation and click on them and get more information on them. I think it's without them having to just throw ads all over the success page.
And resources.
And I've been offered, we've talked about that. I've been offered, sponsorships and ads and all that stuff. And this page is not about the money. It's about giving back to the industry that has provided for me for so long, and giving back to everybody who helped me, along the way. There's probably 75 guys in that conference, in that convention hall that I hug because they gave me an idea, So, something along the way. I always say that I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm a good listener,
There you go.
So that's what I just want to get on and congratulate you guys on the nation and the idea and move forward. So I got to go shuffle some cars around, and you guys have a great day in Vegas.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining us, Tommy.
Take care.
Thanks. All right. We don't really have an educational topic. We kind of had an idea that this was going to take most of the time for this morning. Those of you who are here at NAIDA, please come and join us at 9:45. We are in
Terrace 152 and 153. So
and it's like there is a stage and like 30 chairs.
Yeah.
So let's fill them up.
We're really going to be podcasting so people can hear us anywhere they get their smartphone. But they did set up a small kind of audience.
And we've got a couple of guests. And so Bill will be here, and
Ben Goodman from NIDA. We'll be doing that at 9:45 Pacific or 12:45 Eastern. And we have some other guests popping in between now and then.
We might be live a bit.
We're going to let
today.
them decide if they're coming live.
And all of the different segments that we do today will be available on YouTube or through the Success Group or the Boardroom or all of the different platforms as well that do podcasts.
So I would just come back to the nation to say, make no mistake, if you're listening to this and you're a vendor and you question, how this factors in for if you're a vendor who's providing value to dealers in this space, you are welcome at the BHPH Nation. And so we probably already know you. If you're hearing our voice, we probably already know you, and we're probably already listing you. But just know that we're happy to make sure that dealers can find all the resources that in this space that are out there. And Luke and Jeff at the Independent Dealer Podcast. We're going to make sure people can find a link to your podcast on the Nation, because it's a part of the resources that are out there.
It's education.
Yeah. And so it's part of the resources. So we just want to make sure that everybody can understand there's nothing about this that's threatening to anyone. We're just trying to create something where it brings people together.
This is not threatening.
Yeah.
So not. So, hey, guys. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us this morning. We're really excited about this.
Right.
And if you know Jim and I'll get emotional in just a minute, because this is something that really is the biggest step towards what it is that we really want to be able to accomplish in the industry, and that is to be able to really help all ships rise.
Yeah.
And
we really mean that.
We really, really mean that. And that's dealer and vendor alike.
Right.
That all ships rise, and that we're here to build bridges and bring things together and make it like one place, and it's everyone's welcome.
And for any of you that are tuning in on video today, I just have to remind folks the same way I have to remind dealers that we meet. Like, this is my excited face. This is what I look like when I'm excited.
You should have seen him. You seen the new picture? She kept going, smile, and I looked at him and I said, "He is."
He's smiling. He's smiling. So we're thrilled to have a chance to do this, and we look forward to your feedback. And just go to BHPH Nation, throw your email in there. We'll make sure you get notice whenever we're going live with the site.
Have a great rest of your morning, and if you're around or if you're available, either swing in at the conference or tune in about 9:45 Pacific.
Right.
And that wraps it up for today. Or for this morning. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks, guys.